Just kidding. You probably haven't been able to hear me this whole time. Oh boy. The beauty of being your own production manager. And fellow entrepreneurs, welcome. Thanks for being here. This is going to be a beautiful class format. This is intuitive flow. And what I would love to see happen is for those of you who want to participate in this, just 3 days of the week, can join me live on the Zoom call so that we can interact and you can offer things that you want to suggest for what asanas we want to focus on, what themes are coming up for you. And you can bring up really anything, because both coaching and yoga are this journey of inner exploration, right? They're a journey to greater self-awareness and therefore greater living in alignment with your intuition, with your purpose. And so I've been working in my community locally here in Asia and teaching this style class, and I typically bring a theme. And what I find is that people love this format. They really love being able to contribute to what the class structure will be, because I'm really not an instructor or I'm not didactic. I'm not, strict in any way other than loving yourself, right? That's the one thing that I hold to be the most important. I want to be strict on giving yourself the most compassion, the most tender care, and the most love. And anything else is fair game. So I always offer to all of my students, please make this practice your own. Just like life, make it your own. It is your own. It is your only one. So make it work for you. If that means I could be instructing, a seated, one-legged arc, and you feel like jumping around and dancing or doing a little wild thing sooner than maybe I cue it, or it's just what comes to you, then yes, I encourage you, please do what your intuition tells you. Now I'm feeling like doing that on the other side. Because you matter so much and your choices are everything, right? Every time that we have this like inner nudge and we're not sure what that means and we don't follow it, we do ourselves a little tiny injury, right? We bring self-harm into our lives. And it doesn't have to be detrimental or devastating, but over time, these little disregarding of our truth really has a great impact on how we relate to others in the world, to the world around us, what we offer to the world. And I would like to encourage and inspire and empower you to always follow your instinct. And it may lead you into scary, unfamiliar, uncomfortable places, and that's okay, right? We're not here to just tiptoe around and not make waves and be perfect, because we're not perfect, right? We are human beings, and in our beingness, we make mistakes, we hurt people, we hurt ourselves, and it's okay. It's okay. So thanks for listening to my little rambling intro. The other part of this that is so important to me is that you have a sustainable way to move from whatever amount of yoga or coaching that you are doing right now, whatever support that you're relying on for yourself, that you have this as a way to gently introduce you or guide you into a bit more sustainable, consistent structure. So many of us, you do not do any type of practice of self-reflective practice consistently and regularly. And consistency and holding yourself accountable is one of the most challenging things to do to establish any kind of habit or pattern in life. And so this is my kind of offering to help you to just begin, take that first step in creating it. And I would do 1 day a week, but I think that it's not enough. And also, there are 7 days in the week. So why can't we do 3, right? It's less than half. And I just feel like jumping around and doing what I did on the other side right now. So I'm gonna do that. Feel free to do whatever you want, as always. So what do you say? Right? This is, it's not really a coaching strategy to say to you, how about we try this? But that's where yoga comes in, right? It's like this little softer entry point into, I'm not going to challenge you to create your own structure for the consistency and sustainability that you want with this type of practice. I'm just going to offer it, and you're free to come to it if it calls to you, or to leave it if it doesn't. Just like anything I ever instruct in class, just like any question I ever ask in coaching. So everything is a suggestion. It's not a demand or a command. So with that, let's begin class today. What the themes or the energies happening right now is that our moon, I love working with the energy of the moon because she is our emotional body. I host restorative yoga classes based on the full and the new moon each month, because that's when the energy is supercharged. And then in between, our moon is transiting through all of the signs of the zodiac, changing every 2 to 3 days. The past 3 days, the moon was in Scorpio, a very strong, a very dark, digging in the darkness is what Scorpio's energy is about. And it's an all or nothing energy, right? A scorpion will eat its babies. It has that stinger. It will attack when threatened. And so how this affects our emotional bodies is that we've been coming up against some really intense emotions that are causing us to look at every relationship that we have, every experience that we have, and go, is this working? Nope, I'm gonna fucking cut it out. Like, that's it. Excuse me if any children are watching, but I curse, so look out. So if you have been experiencing some like deep, like, what is this? Like, I just want it out of me, or like, I want all of this and there's no medium, right? I either want all of it or I want nothing. Like, leave me alone. Get out of here. It's been super intense, and it's caused a lot of tension for me personally in my own personal life with my relationships. And plus, we may be experiencing, especially if we have planets, personal planets in the sign of Scorpio, sun, moon, rising, north node, etc. We may have this internal conflict that's also battling with that of the energy in the universe that's happening. So this is a great reminder to take it the fuck easy on yourself and others. Please have extreme compassion during these times, because We are all experiencing collectively, right? We are all experiencing the moon. It is governing all of the water bodies in the entire planet, and we are mostly made of water. So this is not, it's not just you if you feel fucking crazy, right? But remember, you are not crazy. You are not, you know, vindictive. All the bad things that the mind will come up with, this is not you. And so let's do Kundalini chops to start off with the class. This is a great breath work for kind of cutting out that which is really pissing you off, frustrating you. And you know, we often say like, oh, I want to stop thinking, or I want to cut these thoughts out of my mind. This is a great way to do that. So just sit for a moment. There are some options for sitting. You can either sit just on top of a flat pillow. I like to have a pillow underneath of me with the point facing forward so that my ankles can rest on like my feet falling off the side, so that the bones of my ankles are really supported and soft. Feels nice. You can also open your legs wide. So a seated, wide-legged forward fold-ish. You can also sit up on top of a block. It's always good to have some blocks handy, especially if your pelvis, when you're sitting down, if your pelvis, if you're like this, if you're super rounded in your spine, in your low back, and it's really hard to get that anterior pelvic rotation, you can also bend your knees, as I have to do to get that the belly to come forward a little bit. See the difference? My low back is kind of arched here, and if I'm like this, it's kind of harder. It's harder to get breath from the root up into the heart space. So we want to kind of flatten and straighten the back. So often a block underneath of the sits bones can be really helpful for that, right? Then you can take the butt flesh and kind of pull it back and let yourself slide a little bit forward so that you're kind of falling a bit forward, but see how nicely the back is not rounded and tucked. It gives it some space. You have more space to breathe. So these are some options. You can also be kneeling. You could be up on a block with crossed legs, whatever feels the best for you. I'm going to try it with the legs wide today, and up on a block and on a cushion. Woo! All the things. Yeah. So we're going to inhale, bring our hands together. Then we're going to exhale through the nose, keeping the mouth closed, and chop. Chop over one leg. Doesn't matter if your leg's out or not. Inhale up, chop. Keep going. Try to keep your arms super straight, right? Be really rigid and strict. Also with the belly, keep going as I'm talking. Make the belly really freaking big on your inhale and really engage everything on your exhale. So you're really activating your lower chakras, Mulabandha, Swadhisthana, and Manipura, this whole space from the ribs down to the pubic bone. So really get it active, right? Dig into that space, because it's where all of your, right? This is your self-expression, your drive, your passion. This is your likes and dislikes, Swadhisthana, which is like insanely activated during the Scorpio moon time. We did move into Sagittarius with the moon, so there's more of exploratory openness, you know, seeking, adventure. So it's nice. It's getting a bit nicer, right? Not good or bad, but it's getting a bit lighter and more exploratory rather than So take all of those thoughts, keep all of this in mind, take all the thoughts that you're like, you know, I hate this person, or I'm just so pissed off, or I just like, what the fuck am I doing with my life, and cut it out. Breathe it in, cut it out. Do 30. Arms straight, belly big, belly small. I feel like screaming, so I'm going to add screams. Ah, 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 ah. Eyes closed if you want to stay in that mind space and visualize. Eyes open if you just want to cut it out visually in this physical reality and stay present. 10 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 6. Inhale, exhale. 9, 10. Relax. Close your eyes, relax your arms, let your legs and arms be wherever they fall, and just breathe naturally through your nose. Seal your lips. Just sense and feel whatever has come up for you. What is present? Do you still have those thoughts of frustration? Or are they dissipating? Either way is perfectly fine. Just be with yourself. Call to mind an intention for your practice today, a sankalpa. State it to yourself in simple words 3 times with full meaning and attention. Simple statement. I will love myself fully. I will release my anger. I will hold compassion for all. I will let myself feel my emotions. Let this intention come to you naturally. Do not force it and do not change it. Just allow it to be what it is. State it to yourself 3 times. Full meaning and attention. Gently flutter your eyes open, come back to the space. Take your hands and underneath of your thighs, your hamstrings, gently massage the backs of those hamstrings. Take your hands to your low back. This is a nice Reiki position. Fingers close together and just place the hands there. What do you feel and sense behind? It's like the back of the adrenal glands. Can you breathe into that back body, your low back? Not on your buttocks, not on the top of your ribs. That space between your lower ribs and your hip girdle, your pelvic crest, sacroiliac crest, if you're familiar with anatomy. Every inhale, can you breathe into that back body? Not just the belly rising forward, but can you send the breath around and out to the sides and into the back? Breathing mindfully, right? Not slowly, not trying to change the breath, just fully. Breathe to the full capacity of your inhale, the full capacity of your exhale. Nice. Just envision that breath rising from your root all the way up to your crown. Every inhale and every exhale. Stay with that breath. Open the eyes again. Bring the hands around. Grab underneath of the knees and support your legs to walk them back to center. Cross your shins. Come to kneeling. We're just going to do one more breath work. Breath of fire. Going to light up some more of those frustrating thoughts. Again, you can be up on a block. You can have a cushion underneath of your knees. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, lower them. Place the hands on the thighs. Inhale, draw the arms back, shoulders back, head back. Take all the breath in, and on your exhale, really press into the thighs, stick your tongue out, create a contraction in the back of your throat, and breathe fire. Gaze towards your third eye. You look like a crazy person. It's like a gargoyle face. Your eyes are practically crossed, gazing up towards the third eye. One more. Burn it all up. Everything that you were hating. That felt shitty. And then come back. All right. Come onto your hands and knees and come into tabletop position. You are always encouraged to place a bolster, a cushion underneath of your knees if they are sensitive. Inhale, lift your head up. Exhale, open mouth. Round into cat. Inhale through the nose, tail up, head up. Cow, let the belly be big. Exhale. Open the mouth, round the spine, space between the shoulders, pubic bone to chin. Last one, make it count. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Draw the abdomen towards the ceiling. Inhale, knees down, come to a flat spine. Exhale, hover the knees up. Inhale, lower them back down. Straight, long spine. Exhale, hover. Like you're coming back into a cheetah pose. Inhale to lower. The full length of that inhale breath you use to lower your knees. Exhale back. Stay back and come into downward facing dog with knees bent. Notice how my spine is straight, right? If I try to straighten my legs and my spine starts rounding, I'm going to re-bend so that I can bring that length from the palms back to the hip bones or the tailbone. We want a straight line there, opening the space between the armpits, drawing your chest down towards your thighs. Does not matter if you straighten your legs here. Downward dog is about integrity of your spine. Sure, it's a great hamstring stretch if you can keep your spine straight as you straighten the leg. So just play with that a bit. Walk the dog, bend and straighten one leg at a time. Dig into the calves, dig into the backs of the hamstrings. See if you can maintain that length from the palms to the tailbone. Maybe even make it greater, right? Bringing your chest and armpit creases down towards the mat a bit more. Inhale, straighten the left leg and place the big toe, the space between the big toe and the second toe on the back of your left ankle. So you're applying pressure with the right leg to stretch out the back of the left calf and the hamstring. Again, keep the spine long. Exhale, replace the right foot, straighten the right leg, and take that toe crease and place it on the back of the ankle. Right foot, leg, whatever. Stretching out that right calf, that right hamstring. Maybe you want to wiggle the hips a little bit side to side. You're keeping the spine long, right? We're not coming over the hands just yet. Still in downward dog. Exhale, replace the left foot down. Inhale, lift the right leg straight back behind you. And then exhale, step it through underneath between your palms. Lift your back knee. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Crescent lunge. And then exhale, breath of fire. Open your arms. Stick that tongue out. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, place the palms down. Sweep the right leg back to three-legged dog. Option to lower it down or keep it lifted as you inhale to high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Bend your elbows any amount to lower down. Place the right leg down if it was lifted. Flip the left toes under as you press up into upward dog. Knees can be down or lifted up, engaging the thighs, right? This can be a cobra. This can be an upward dog, your choice. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high, straight back, three-legged dog, right? Don't let that hip open up. Keep it squared down towards the floor. Exhale, step the left foot through between your fingers. Engage the back thigh, engage the back calf. You're up on your tiptoes. Inhale, reach the arms up, crescent. Exhale, stick that tongue out, breathe fire. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, plant your palms, sweep your left leg back on an inhale, three-legged dog. Again, option to lower the leg or keep it lifted. Inhale, come forward to high plank. Exhale, bend the elbows any amount. Lower the left leg, press up as you flip the right leg down. Exhale, pike the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg high, and exhale, step it through. Inhale and step the left leg forward, forward fold. Grab onto your elbows, let your head hang. Knees are super bent here, right? We're not trying to touch our toes with straight legs. We're trying to bring the chest closer to the thighs. The ribs might even be touching here, right? It's almost impossible to do it with straight legs. We are not robots. We are human, fluid, amorphous beings. Let your head hang. Let yourself dangle. Inhale, reach the arms out to the sides. And as you keep the spine long, just straighten the legs to come to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just check in with yourself. In Tadasana, mountain pose, draw your abdomen back, your tailbone down, your feet or hips width distance apart. Feel into all the soles of the feet, the toes, maybe lift the toes and replace them down. Draw the ribs down, right? We're not standing, just relaxing with our tailbone sticking out and our low back getting crunched. We're drawing our abdomen back slightly, ribs down to create that length in the low back. This is part of a healthy spine that's pain-free. Inhale and reach the arms up. Exhale and grab onto your left wrist and just arc your spine over to the right. Take a big inhale as you reach over on an angle, and then exhale. Bend your knees deeply and lower your whole torso like in a big circle until you're hanging down. Grab onto your right wrist and then inhale, come up the left side, arcing the torso over to the left, stretching through the armpit, the right side of the ribs. Inhale, come back to center, reach up. Tadasana, check in with your ribs and your pelvis again, and then grab onto your right wrist. Exhale, arc over to the left side. Inhale and reach. Exhale, we're going to come down, bend the knees. When you're about to inhale, grab your left wrist. Use the breath in your belly to inflate you back and up till you're arcing over to the right side again. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, shift your weight over into the left foot and then bend your right knee. Reach the right hand back for the big toe side of the foot. Dancer. Reach the right thigh back away from your left leg. Reach the left arm up. So here's where we're coming into this Sagittarius moon. Our emotions are getting a bit more seeking and adventurous, not so digging in the darkness and coming up with all these reasons why we're so angry and hating ourselves. Use your back leg to press into your hand like an archer's bow and reach your left arm out in front of you for that which you are seeking. What are you craving? What are you adventuring for? Yeah. It's okay if your standing leg bends, right? Part of adventures is falling and getting dirty and messing up and then finding some new passion, new delight. So what's new about this for you today? You can again bring your chest kind of forward or your ribs down towards your thigh, as low as you can go. The trick here is to stay smoothly breathing as I'm not demonstrating as I talk, right? And then see wherever you are, if you can lift back gracefully. Inhale and reach up. We're going to come into a slight back bend here, lifting from the upper back of the ribs to open up across the heart, the belly. Let the head fall back a bit. And then exhale. Pull the ribs down, pull the tailbone down, pull the abdomen up and back as you bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up and shift your weight into your right foot. Bend your left knee. Reach the left hand back to grab onto the big toe side of the left foot. Reach the right arm up. Once again, what are you seeking? This arm is like an arrow. As you stretch that bow back, bringing the knee behind the standing leg knee. How far back do you need to go to open your heart, right? What do you need to resolve in your past to let yourself open your heart center and reach for your future, right? This bright, shiny, glorious truth of you, right? You are darkness and you can overcome your darkness as well. We find so much truth in our beingness when we allow ourselves to go through really hellish or shitty times, right? Like Scorpio is a sign of like gutters and all that muck. And now that we've kind of risen from the muck, like the lotus flower, we're blooming from the mud of the pond. What are we finding now? What are we seeking? How far forward can you bring that chest? Bend the standing leg. It's okay if you wobble, even if you fall. Try to breathe fluidly. And then gracefully we'll come back up as smoothly as possible. Slight back bend, lifting from the back of the heart, not the low back, right? The tailbone is still coming down, lifting up from the back of the ribs. Then exhale, we're going to swan dive forward. Hinge at your hips, so keep your spine long as you can until you need to bend your knees to fold forward. Inhale to halfway lift. Palms come to shins, noses down towards the floor as you lengthen across the back and draw those shoulder blades back. Really press into, maybe it's even the thighs. Maybe you don't reach down towards the shins. Draw the elbows and the shoulders back. This is an inhale. Take as many breaths as you need. Exhale, plant the palms, bend the knees, and hop back to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high. Straight back, engage that leg. Don't let the hip open. Exhale, step the left foot forward between the palms and then lower the right knee down. Exhale, hips back over the right heel in like a hurdler position. Inhale, bend the left knee, draw the shoulder blades back. Exhale, sink back. Go at the pace of your own breath. Just kind of seesawing forward and back. You inhale as you come forward and exhale as you sink back. Inhale forward, 2 more. Exhale, sink back. Inhale, this time when we come forward, we're gonna reach our arms out in front of us and come into Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Just 3 breaths here, again with the same Tadasana posture. Draw the ribs down and the tailbone forward, and then with the long spine, bend the left knee. As you elongate through the side bodies and open up that right hip flexor, the front of the thigh. On your next exhale, twist to the left and open up and place your right hand inside of your left foot. Reach your left arm up. Let your head fall back here. It's okay if the knee opens out to the side. Breathe. Imagine the breath on every round coming from the pubic bone up into the top of the head, even on the exhale. If you're familiar with Ujjayi breathing, you can always activate Ujjayi. It's a slight restriction in the back of the throat, or Vishuddhi, the throat chakra, our center of self-expression and communication. Might be really helpful during Scorpio moon times. Maybe every inhale, you reach a little bit further back behind you. Now we're going to exhale and bend the hips back, straighten the front knee, and then bend that back knee. Just see if you can grab onto the foot. Inhale, come forward. Reach the arm up and over your head. Exhale, sink the hips back. Try to grab the foot. It's okay if you don't reach it right away. Inhale, deep lunge, reach the arm out. Exhale, this time actually grab it. And then shift the hips forward. Switch the hand to the pinky toe edge. Open across the heart. So just like we were doing in Dancer, press the foot into the hand, let the head fall back. 2 more breaths. Your mindful, natural breath. Not when I say, when you feel. When you're ready, take an inhale. Let it lift and fill you, root to crown. When you're ready to exhale, contract the whole muscular system. Come to the full bottom of your exhale. Inhale and release the foot. Bring both of the hands inside of the left foot. Lizard pose. Stay here for 3 breaths. If it's possible for you, you can come down onto your forearms. You could also come down onto blocks if that's too low for you. 1 more breath. You're doing great. On your inhale, tuck your right toe under, bring your hands back to the mat, and just straighten the right leg. Lizard with the straight leg. 3 breaths. On your inhale, sweep that left leg back again to 3-legged dog. Come forward into chaturanga, high lunge, or you can lower the leg as always. Inhale to upward dog or cobra. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Big inhale breath and exhale through the mouth. Inhale the right leg high. Keep the hips square. Engage all the muscles of the right leg. And exhale, step the right foot forward between the palms to a low lunge. Exhale, lower the left knee down and send the hips back as far as you can go. Remember, it's the first one on this side, so take it easy. Inhale, roll forward, draw the shoulder blades back. So it's like a low lunge cow. Exhale, draw the abdomen straight back. Straighten out this right leg as much as possible. Let the head come down. Relax the neck. Inhale. Keep going at your own pace. Your full exhale brings you back. Your full inhale brings you forward. 2 more. Last one. This time when we come forward, reach your arms out in front of you and rise up to crescent. Notice that arc in your spine, just like Tadasana. Draw your ribs down and your abdomen forward, and then bend a little bit deeper in the right knee with your whole spine coming with you in one piece. Sure, if you feel like opening up and lifting from the back of the heart, do so. I'm just suggesting to focus on the engagement of the abdomen, the ribs, like knit these intercostal muscles together. Sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, reach up. And on your exhale, twist to the right. Open the arms. On your exhale, plant the left hand inside of the right foot. Reach the right arm up, twisting in a low lunge. Allow your breath to rise from root to crown. As you reach back, let your head fall back. Let your knee, your right leg, open out to the side a little bit. Let yourself sink in here. Conscious, mindful breathing. Maybe you even begin to find that pause space in between your breath, that hovering before you absolutely must inhale again, that pause at the top of your inhale where you can just be in stillness before needing to exhale again. Big inhale, equal exhale. On your next exhale, we're going to reach back, straighten the front leg, send the hips over the heel, bend that left foot, and just see if you can grab onto the left foot. Doesn't matter if you can or not yet. We're going to get there, right? Take your time. Inhale and reach. Exhale, hips back. Tease the foot. Inhale, reach. This time we're going to grab it. As your hips are back and you have the foot in your hand, switch your grip to the pinky toe edge side, and then lift the hips up and forward. Breathe. Allow the foot to fall into the hand. Allow your shoulder blades to come really close together, like you're flapping your wings behind you. Allow your throat to open up. Close your eyes if you would like to. Still that full breath, root to crown. Root to crown even on the exhale. If you feel like staying here, stay forever. I feel like I could stay forever, but we're going to move on today. Inhale, release the foot. Bring both hands to the inside of the foot. And then if you can, lower down to your forearms, lizard pose. Just sinking really deep into those hips for 3 breaths again. We got about 2 more. Try to draw your shoulder blades down your spine, right? Pulling them long, working those trapezius muscles. My friend Liz always said, triceratops, the triceratops muscle. On your next inhale, bring the palms again to the mat. Tuck your left toe under and straighten your left leg. Full on lizard, no bent legs here. Inhale to lift your right leg back behind you. Option to lower it or keep it lifted. Inhale, come forward to high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, lower down, lower the right foot, flip the left. Cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, and hop. You can take little baby hops or baby steps, or you can take one big leap. Forward fold. Straighten your legs just as much as you can to not create tension in the low back. I like to keep my knees bent always. Even Patanjali, who wrote the Yoga Sutras, recommends bending your knees in Uttanasana, forward fold, if you have ever had any pain in your lower back. He was onto something he really knew at that time. Inhale, come up onto your tiptoes, reach your arms back, drinking bird. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, drinking bird. Lift the heels, lift the arms, straight spine, nose down. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the heels. Teetering over the tops of the toes. Exhale, lower. This time, shift your weight into your left leg. Bring your right leg back. Warrior 3. Stay here for 3 breaths. Try to make this back leg really super straight. Point the toes. I like to point and then flex just the toes. On your third exhale, lower your right hand down to the floor. Bend your right knee and grab onto the big toe edge of your right foot and then switch to the pinky toe edge. From here, we're going to rise up to exalted dancer. Lift your arm, lift your heart. Use your inhale breath. That adventurous seeker, that exalted, that like highest energy of a planet before it fades and dies away. Then we're going to exhale and come all the way back down. Lower the hand, release the foot, come back to forward fold. Bend and straighten the legs, just like we do in walking the dog. Let those hamstrings have a bit of a break. Inhale, come back to drinking bird. Lift the torso, lift the arms back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the torso. Just had a thought that maybe my mic isn't on, but it is. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now inhale, shift your weight into your right foot and lift the left leg back behind you into warrior 3. Head down. This whole spine is straight. The back leg, the lifted leg is super engaged, right? Let the standing leg knee bent, but the lifted leg, see if you can engage every muscle. Engage the glute, engage the quad, engage the hamstring, engage the calf. That's why I like to point the foot, because it's like you're pointing it, but then you're also flexing the toes, so it activates even more muscles. Your choice, up to you. Breathing, long spine. Exhale, lower your left fingertips down to the floor or up onto a block. Should have said that before. You can always have a block underneath of you. Reach your right arm back, bend your left knee, and grab the big toe edge of the left foot. Then switch the grip to the pinky toe edge. You're going to use your breath to lift up. Release the arm. Big inhale. Draw the left leg back. If you can hear that, it's one of the motorbike sellers on the street. Reaching towards your future. Reaching towards that which you are seeking, no longer digging in the darkness, right? Coming out, reaching for the light. Doesn't matter how far back your leg goes, let the foot press into your hand just to open the chest, open the heart. This is a big back bend. Reach and lift, use your breath to fill you and lift you higher. And then we take you higher, exhale and bend forward, replace the hand, release the foot mindfully and replace it down next to the right. Forward, fold. Inhale, rise up to stand, hands to heart in Tadasana. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, the left leg comes all the way back, low lunge, and then walk your hands towards the left. Wide-legged forward fold here. Straight spine, reach your arms out to the sides, and then rise up. Exhale, right arm over left. Lift the elbows away from the chest and hinge forward. Straight spine, eagle arms. Try to keep your spine as long as possible, and then let it round on your exhale. Let the top of the head come down towards the floor. This is your inversion, right? All of our forward folds are inversions as well. This one is opening up that space behind the shoulders, the back of the heart, to give us more love and compassion for ourselves, for others when we're in these dark times. They will pass. Use your inhale breath, reach your elbows away from your chest to lift your whole spine up in one piece. Exhale, grab onto your shoulders, maybe even caress the side of your beautiful face. As you release, reach the arms out to the sides again. Inhale, and then exhale, cross your opposite arm on top, eagle arms. If you can't grab your hands, you can always grab your shoulders. Inhale to lift your elbows up away from your chest. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Come all the way down the full length of your exhale. Keep your spine as long as you can until you get to that bottom of that exhale. Inhale one more time to inflate the breath through the spine, and then exhale. Allow the spine to round. Let the top of the head come down. So really reaching the crown towards the floor. So it may involve a bit of a tucked chin, but still draw your elbows away from your chest to create more space between your shoulder blades. Again, the back of Anahata. Your love chakra. You're going to again use your inhale to come back and up, reaching your elbows away from you, trying to keep your spine long, using breath in the belly. And then as you undo the arms, kind of caress your face and your head. Rock and hold yourself. Inhale and unbind the arms, reach out and up. And then exhale, plant your palms. If you have a wall, come up to the wall. We're just going to take a couple of handstand hops. So place your palms a little bit away from the floor, or sorry, from the wall. Come into downward facing dog with your hands about a palm's distance away from the wall. And then tiptoe your feet up towards your wrists as high as you can get. Lift one leg straight, engaged, lower it, and then kick it up and just hop. So you're coming forward towards the wall. See if you can hover and float. And maybe you can let your leg come all the way up and balance on the wall for a handstand. If this isn't possible for you to kick up yet, just keep doing some hops. And after you do some hops, lower down to your knees, come into Balasana, or child's pose. Keep your arms straight, your elbows and your forearms and your wrists lifted. So you're on your fingertips. Your knees are underneath of your ribs. So your thighs are close together. Engage your breath by filling up your belly and pressing it into your thighs. On your exhale, draw your abdomen back towards your hips. Sink a little lower under the armpits. Inhale and fill up. Exhale, release. Inhale, big breath, big belly. Exhale, contract. On your inhale, walk your hands back towards your knees. Maybe resituate your mat. If you did or did not have a wall, does not matter, right? This is where we Forgive ourselves. Forgive me for not preparing you well enough. And forgive you. Just do whatever you can in every moment. Coming into kneeling, bringing your hands to the backs of your heels, and then tucking your toes underneath of you. Inhale as you lift that forward rotated pelvis up into camel. If this is too intense, bring the hands to the upper buttocks. So your palms are like on your sacrum, that hard bony part, right? Not the meaty part of the tush or the low back, but just below, like you're putting your hands in your jeans pockets. Inhale, root to crown. Big belly breath. Exhale, same direction. Crunch those ribs down. Let the head fall back and then traction. The ears kind of in line with the shoulders. So you make like this weird grimace face with your mouth. Trying to keep your hips over your knees, your ribs as well. So we're trying to arc from the upper shoulders, the upper ribs. Drawing your elbows towards each other, opening across the chest a bit more. And then exhale, lower the tops of your toes, cross your ankles over each other and come to sit down. Extend your right leg out in front of you. Left sole of the foot comes to your inner right thigh. Place your right arm down. Just let it relax. Inhale, reach the left arm up and over. 3 breaths. We're kind of allowing this whole part of the left side body to just stretch and be weighed down by gravity as we take the right elbow and press into the thigh, wherever it falls on this leg, to revolve the chest and torso up towards the sky. So we're still working with opening the heart. Draw your shoulder blades back towards each other and really engage this oblique muscle on the right side, that side body, to help you twist up at the rib level. Inhale, reach the left arm up and back, place it behind you, swoop that right arm down, come into a modified wild thing, lift the hips up, sole of the right foot is down, let the head fall back. Lower down on your third exhale. Simply switch your legs. Left leg out or opposite one, whichever one you did. Left arm down by the inner thigh. Inhale the right arm up and over. And then twist. So it's a really opening twist. Really engage that left elbow into the inner thigh as you bring that bottom rib up and back. One more full breath. Inhale, reach the top arm up and back, place it behind you. Exhale. Inhale, lift the hips as you swoop the arm up and back. Maybe touch the whole sole of the left foot down on the floor. Let the head fall back. Draw the shoulder blades together. Lift the hips up. Let the head maybe fall down and up again. So bring some motion into the cervical spine. And then exhale, lower down. Walk your feet towards your sits bones. Lift your legs up. Boat pose, Navasana. You can grip onto your inner thighs, or if you would like an additional challenge, reach your arms out in front of you. Fingers spread wide. Arms are straight. Shoulder blades are drawn back towards each other. Chin and neck is in line with the rest of your spine. Point or floint your feet. Take a deep inhale here. Feel how the breath lifts you. And on your exhale, lower down. Hover above the floor. Don't come all the way down. Use those core muscles. Keep breathing fully. Everything is straight. Everything is engaged. Ah! On your inhale, come back up. Place the feet down. Hug your knees. Lower your head. There's a lot of tension releasing from the low back here. I'd love to hear from you after class if you feel that as well. So this is a great place to work on that rotation of your pelvis. So if you feel like you're slouching here, pull on your knees to draw your shoulder blades back to create the reverse curvature in the low back. One more. Grab onto the backs of the thighs, behind the knees. Inhale, lift the legs up. Your legs up. If you want that extra challenge, release the arms. Draw the shoulder blades back. Tuck your chin down so your neck is in line with your upper spine. Inhale here. Fill up. Use the breath. Exhale, lower down. We're going to hover for 3 breaths, and then we're going to just come and lie in Shavasana. Stay with it. It's only 2 more full breaths. Only 1 more. If you breathe faster than me, you're all the way down on the floor. Lower down. Relax. Allow your legs to separate a little bit more than mats with distance apart. Let the backs of your palms rest. Let the head be heavy. Let the head tilt back if you feel comfortable or release that way. Feel the heaviness of your heels sinking down the space behind your ankles. Where your calves touch, become aware of the space behind your knees. Notice where the backs of your thighs touch the floor. Where does your buttocks touch? Keep following that line to your low back. Trace the curve of your low back with your mind's eye. And now release your mindful breath work. Allow yourself to feel. Release the thinking mind. Release consciousness. Feel your belly rise when you inhale. Feel your belly fall when you exhale. You've done all of the work. There is nothing left to do. There is nowhere to be. Allow yourself to be here now. We are leaving the conscious mind and traveling into the subconscious. We will tap into the connectedness of the body before releasing it. Continue from the low back, feeling into the lower ribs, the upper back of the ribs, shoulder blades. Allow your upper arms to be heavy, your elbows to sink down, your forearms heavy, your wrists heavy, your palms heavy. Notice the space between your fingers, the heaviness of each finger pad. Release your jaw. Maybe massage the back of the head along the floor. Tuck your chin down. Feel that extension in the back of the neck. And then release it. Let your teeth and lips separate. Allow your eyebrows to unfurl. Imagine your entire body is made of steel, lead, cement. You are fixed in this position, Shavasana, corpse pose, dead man's pose. Death does not breathe. Death does not move. Death is lifeless stillness. Allow your physical body to die so that new life can emerge in the subconscious, the unconscious mind. Gaze towards your third eye, the space between your eyebrows, and allow yourself to soar. Follow your intuitive urges as you traverse that great expanse, deep blackness in the universe beyond. Go. Whatever you are seeking, may you find. begin to awaken awareness of where your travels have led you. Take a moment to notice where you are, what you have found in the beyond. Recognize your physical body is still lying here on the floor in Shavasana. Notice the distance between your body and your being, the space that you have created by simply allowing yourself to rest. Sip in, soak up all of the insights and awarenesses that are present for you now as you make your way back to your body lying here on the floor. Move through space and time and begin to mirror that movement in your body. It does not matter what parts of your body begin to move first, but do move, re-inhabiting your physical being, your human. Maybe you're squirming, maybe you're twisting and shaking or wiggling, stretching. Coming out of Shavasana does not have to look the same way every time. And it also can follow that strange pull of what is speaking to you and move with it. Make any final stretches or movements that feel the best to you right now, right here. Slowly walk your legs back together to touch. Point your toes. Reach your arms up and over your head. Bring your hands together to touch. Take a nice long stretch from the tips of your toes to the tips of your fingers. And notice all of the spaces under your body and all of the places of connection. Exhale and roll over onto your right side. Use your arms, your hands to support your head like a pillow. Reflect on your practice today. What did this experience bring to your awareness? What insights have you gained about yourself, your mind, your body, your emotions, your spirit? And when you're ready to emerge, taking with you all of those lessons, those gifts, keep your eyes closed. Use your hands to press yourself away from the floor and come up to a comfortable seat. Feel around or open your eyes slightly as I did to bring some support underneath of your seat. Allow yourself to be comfortable. Whatever position you felt the best in at the beginning of class may have changed, so allow yourself to utilize whatever is available to you. And notice this time what feels the most easeful in your seat. Do you need a cushion underneath of your feet? Do you require a bit of height under your hips so that your legs can relax? What might you need, or what might support you more next time you come back to this practice? It's all learning, it's all awareness. Just make a little mental note of it as we return to the rhythm of your own natural breath. Feel as if every breath is creating a little bit of space in between each vertebrae. The disc, the sinuous fluid, envision it being thicker and buoyant, providing soothing cushioning between each of your vertebral discs. Imagine that fluid, those biological cushions just fluffing up. You're getting taller, you're sitting up straighter. All of your vertebrae, as well as your chakras that lie along your central nervous system, are aligning. You are aligned. Whatever is in your experience is exactly what you need right now. Even when it's miserable, there's a purpose. Even if it is merely to teach you to be kinder to yourself when you feel bad. Sometimes we experience very harsh lessons in life. It never means that you are bad or wrong. It means you're having that experience so that you can learn to love yourself when you feel bad. You can learn to be kinder, more nurturing and soothing to you. It allows us to find new ways to soothe ourselves. Inhale and reach your arms up, and on your exhale, wrap them around yourself in a big squeeze yourself, love yourself, rock yourself, maybe even kiss yourself. My mic's in the way. I love you, you crazy, wild woman, man, whichever you are. I love you. I love you so much. You're so worthy. You're so beautiful. You are enough. You're more than enough. You have an extremely essential purpose and mission in this world. Please love yourself enough so that you can share it at the very least with yourself. You are pure magic. Your spirit loves. Bring your hands to your heart center, bow your head and honor your spirit, your emotions, your mind, your body. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in one drop. Rumi. Bring your thumbs to your third eye and bless yourself. Send a prayer of love to you. Honor yourself. Celebrate yourself. Acknowledge yourself. Throw yourself a little self-love party. And slowly lower your hands. Gaze down and begin to gently open your eyes and come back to the space. I thank you so much for being here. If you've made it this far, I tend to go to an hour and a half. And so I thank you for being here still, if you are. And if you would like to continue these practices, I will be continuing to do them. If you're in the US, they are Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. If you are in Asia, they are Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, Thursday morning. I cannot wait to see you on the Zoom calls. Please just message me, get in touch with me in any way, through Facebook, through YouTube comments, through Instagram comments or DMs. Please let me know and I will send you the link for the Zoom classes so that you can just interact, connect, and speak to what you would like to be intending, what you work on. You can comment. It's just a really lovely exchange. So I'm really excited to see you guys in person on Zoom. And if you're just watching these on replays, just let me know. Give me a little shout in the comments and maybe even share what you gained from the practice. I would just love to hear from you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that this practice was soothing, was loving and nurturing, and that you gained some awareness about yourself, about the energy of the moon that impacts us all. You are a spiritual being having a human experience, and you are always being supported, and I am here to support you. Please let me know how I can do that best. I love you, but it's most important that you love you. Mwah. Thanks again, beauties. See you soon. Mañana, same time. Bye.